Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Just now we are listening Dakshinamurti Stotram, and there was one verse which we have not understood, and the verse is Vishwam Pashyati Karya Karanataya Swaswami Sambandhataha Shishyacharyataya Tathaiva Pitruputradyatmana Bhedataha Swapne Jagrati Vaya Esha Purushaha Maya Paribhramitaha Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. We all go through three kinds of major experiences. One is the waking experience, I hope we are in. Second is the dream experience. The third is the deep sleep experience. Waking experience is intellect predominant, buddhi pradhan, and in that experience everything works with logic and reason. And the dream experience is mind predominant, everything is a chaos and commotion. And the deep sleep experience is ahankar pradhan. See, our inner instrument has got four functional aspects. Structurally it is the same. Like our eyes are structurally different from the ears structurally as well as functionally. But the inner instrument, Antakaran, is only functional differences. There are no structural differences. So, this intellect predominant experience is called as waking. Mind predominant experience is called as dream. Then ahankar is not the ego. Ahankar is one of the tattva, because of which the five elements remain integrated in the form of a body. That principle is called as ahankar. And the fourth experience is the experience of samadhi, which is the experience chitta pradhan, where all our memories are stored in an unmanifest form. So, eyes don't see. It is the mind behind the eyes that is seeing. Ears don't hear. It is the mind behind the ears that is hearing. In short, all our experiences are happening only in the mind. Mind is a common word I am using for all the four aspects. See? So, waking experience is that wherein we talk about logic every time. And here the samsara begins. This is what Dakshinamurti says, that Vishwam Pashyati Karya Karanataya. We try to fix everything in the matrix of cause and effect. And therefore, we become too much logical. And when we become too much logical, then we become too much intellectual. And when we are intellectuals, we are not intelligent. You know, the basic difference between the intelligent and the intellectual people is intellectuals are intelligently miserable and intelligent people are never miserable. See? This is our waking experience. Everything cause and effect. See? We don't look at the event as an event. We look at the event as an effect. See? I remember I used to be a very bad child. It is not only history, but also in the present tense also. So we had a compulsion in our house that we have to observe Thursday fast. And it is impossible to remain without food. So I used to argue. Today is not Thursday. Prove how it is Thursday today. No, yesterday was Wednesday. No, yesterday was Tuesday. Now tell me any particular day we all universally say today is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What is the logic? Thursday is because it was yesterday, Wednesday, and tomorrow it will be Friday. Therefore it is Thursday. Is it any logic? See? But because something is accepted by majority, that doesn't mean it is right. It is right only in democracy. See? Not in reality. So we get lost only in cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. But when we come to dream, we drop the intellect. We get into dream at the level of the mind. See, I was telling the other day in New Zealand, today also when I was coming by flight, I was telling Swamiji, last night I didn't have good sleep. So when I was sleeping in the flight, I thought I am sitting for meditation and the class is going on, and I had a very deep jhatka. I thought, my God, everybody will be watching me. What is this meditation and sleeping? I am in the flight. So my dreams are only satsanga dreams. So I always dream that I am sitting somewhere and satsang is going on. And one day it so happened in Bombay, when I was traveling, Bombay or some other city, there was a lot of traffic jam, so we had to wait. And somewhere on the roadside, there was, this monkey charmers, they were having a show. That monkey fellow, he has caught hold of a male monkey, tied him down, nice clothes with a necktie like an ME. And India people have no problem about time. They have transcended time. So he will move with that, begging ball, that monkey, and around collect lot of money. Gangaram, Gangaram. Gangaram is very happy. There is a stick given to him. He puts his hand like this. Very happy. Roopmati से शादी करोगे? Will you get married to Roopmati? Gangaram is happy. Yes, yes. Again, Then second monkey, monkini. I don't know the feminine gender. There are many words whose feminine genders I am not aware. Like Ajit is my host here. Now what is the feminine gender of the host? So I call Anandi as hostile. Host and hostile. So that monkini, he took her and she was dressed nicely, modern skirt and all that, and moved around, again collected money. And thereafter, Roopmati, she looks at me. Gangaram से शादी करोगी? Will you get married to Gangaram? She looks at Gangaram. Thu. And our traffic jam over, so our car goes. But that impression was very deep in the mind. And then I went, finished my satsang, came home, took food and slept. And I had a dream. Gangaram is giving the lecture and Roopmati is sitting. See, all mixed up. There is no reason, there is no logic, no nothing. See, our dreams have no logic, no reason. Anything we can see in the dream. Like overexposed films, like that. Then when it comes to deep sleep, in deep sleep our intellect is sleeping, our mind is sleeping, therefore there is neither logic nor chaos. Then there is nothing. Although there is nothing and nobody yet, the body is kept intact. Although there are so many holes in the body, the air doesn't go out. The breathing continues, the metabolism continues, the digestion continues. That factor because of which the body is kept intact, alive, is called as the ahankar. So, intellect, mind and ahankar. And samadhi is an experience at the level of the chitta, which is a memory. So somebody sits for meditation and gets into samadhi, and before samadhi if he has a thought, after samadhi I will have a nice cup of tea, and gets into samadhi. Even if he gets out of the samadhi after 10 years, the only thing he will ask, what about a cup of tea? Because all the thoughts are, impressions are, desires are maintained in the samadhi, they are not erased. These are the 4 experiences we go through. Now, either we should accept that there is the same dreamer who is dreaming in every dream, or we should accept that there is a separate waker in every waking state. All these people who write the autobiography of a Gadbadanand, and what does he write? I was born there for none of my fault, and then I was growing like a pillar, and blah 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 blah, and then I was frustrated everywhere. Then I found what to do. Best profession is becoming Babaji, and here I am. So everything that is written is only about Mr. Waker. If you analyze any data incomplete, what is the data of our life? Waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. These 4 together makes our life. But out of the 4, we take only 1/4. On the basis of the 1/4 data, we try to conclude the quality of our life. Can there be more foolishness than this? If we have to analyze our life, we have to take into account the total data. Otherwise, it is like modern PhD thesis. Go to Dr. Gugalananda. See, search, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and then a doctor is born. See, friends. Therefore, either we analyze every experience of our life to include in our life in its totality, or else we will be having an incomplete conclusion and wrong conclusion. Now, his question was, it is easier for us to accept that every dream has a separate dreamer. But every waker is a separate waker. How can we accept? See, there was a great Mahatma like any one of you, and he had disciples like me. And one day the Mahatma got up and started crying. So the disciples went, "Sir, you are our Guru. How come you are crying?" "My dear disciples, I had a very bad dream, very bad dream." "But what, sir, you said dreams are illusions. That's a different issue. But now I am feeling very miserable. And you know what bad dream I had? I had a dream I am a butterfly." Anyway, never mind, it was a dream, forget about it. No, let me complete my dream. But anyway, it was just a dream, sir. Drop it and have a cup of coffee. No, you have to first solve my problem. I am very hurt. What is that? My question is whether I, your Guru, dreamt that I am a butterfly, or the butterfly is dreaming that I am a Guru. Now find out. This was the question which made Ashtavakra Gita appear. See, friends, The great King Janaka had a dream. After taking heavy meals in the afternoon, he was just lying down below a tree in his royal garden, and there he dreamed he is a beggar. There is a famine and no food, and one rich man was distributing food, and he went there to collect the food. And when he just collected, one dog bounced on him, and he was running and fell down, and his dream broke. Then the question came whether the king Janaka is real or I, the beggar, is real. Please tell me. See, friends, do we collect all the dreamers and make a story out of the dreamers? Because one dreamer has no relationship with other dreamer. And this experience is gained through the mind. Is it not the same is exactly happening in the waking experience? If the waker is the same, I the baby, I the teenager, I the middle age, I the not so old age, I think I am getting old age, and now I am the old Baba age. See, these are the stages. See, do we get an experience that we have changed? We don't get experience. So, the unchanging factor is one component of Mr. Waker. And the changing factor, the one who was a baby, who was a teenager, these two things are brought together and an illusion of continuity of Mr. Waker is created. I was searching for a garland anywhere. If you take a garland, in that garland, see, each bead is separate from other. This appears as a rosary or a garland. If I break it, I will not, don't worry. If I break it, all the beads will be separated and a thread will remain. Be very attentive. The beads will be the same in number, the thread will also be the same, but there won't be any garland. Now the question is, where the garland has gone? There was one small boy in the US, very smart. So they took me to his house, and in children, in all this, outside India, they don't get any human being to see. The same wretched mom and dad all the time, they are waiting for somebody to come. If somebody comes, they don't want to leave him. They stick on to him, because some change. Otherwise they say, hey, mommy, don't do this thing, don't do that. Ram, tired. So when I went there, he was so thrilled. Come on, now victim has come. And then he took me to his room. And Swamiji, I have constructed all these things. He was a real genius. Out of these blocks, what do you call those? Cubes.
Lego.
So nice block. He has constructed houses and bridges and aeroplane and everything, He said, how do you like it? I said, what is the use of my liking? You are not going to give me anything. Why should I tell? No, you tell me, I'll give you. I said, really? I said, I like that house. I don't have one house. He said, take it. But I will take away my blocks. See, is that house other than the blocks? No. But is the house as an object real? No. It is merely an appearance. So the continuity is the blocks, and the shape and the form and the name and the use and the relation and possession, that is only superimposed. Exactly the same way, Every day we get identified with the body. A new waker is born. This waker has no relationship with yesterday's waker. I'll give 2-3 examples to digest this. Every day you are driving the car. On somebody's car, some mother's car, I saw a sticker. They say, mother's place is at home. How come I am all the time behind the steering? So, when you start your car, horsepower is born, is it not? Who is driving the car, pushing the car? Only the engine? No. Only the petrol? No. But the horsepower. Now when you start, ignite, horsepower is born. For our experiment, let us take HP1. Switch off. Again switch on. Then horsepower 2, HP2. Switch off. Do it for n number of times. So you will have a series HP1, HP2, HP3, HPN. Now will you say H1, HP1 is equal to HP2? Will you say HP2 is equal to HP3? HP1 lasted for 5 seconds. Switch off. HP2 lasted for half a minute. Switch off. HP3 lasted for 1 hour. Switch off. HP4 lasted for 1.5 hours. Can they be the same? Are these horsepowers and individualities, or they are a phenomena that is happening whenever you ignite? It is just a phenomena. See, friends, but there is an illusion that it is the same horsepower which is pulling the car. Horsepower is not the same. Horsepower is the one. When you say same, then they are 2, 3, 4, they are all same. One husband wife called me to their house after 15 years of marriage. And some kind of difference of opinion and jhagda. Normally it happens after 15 years, it's enough to stay together. So I said, look here, do you remember I came to your marriage and what I told you? I told you, now after marriage you are one. Swamiji, that one sentence is creating problem in our life. My God. So straight away blaming me. I said, what problem? You told that time, after marriage you are one. This is what is creating problem. Which one? Me or she? See? So when we say all horsepowers are same, means we have accepted those horsepowers to be separate, different from each other, and yet they are same. How they can be same? Their purpose is different, their lifespan is different, they started at a different time on different muhurta, somebody on Akshaya Tritiya. See, friends. Then what is the reality? Reality is horsepower is not an individuality. Horsepower is just a phenomena. See, friends, I'll give you a dozen examples to confuse sufficiently, then you come out. One day in a school, I went for giving a talk. Students were class 10, 11, 12. Naturally, to those students, you talk something which will inspire them, some purpose in life, some like that, ambition, achievement. So after I finished my lecture, I told, questions are invited only from the students, exclusively. All elders who are sitting here unwantedly need not ask any question. And I know when I say nobody listens. So one elderly teacher got, I have got a question. I said, I am sorry, I am not going to reply to your question. I am specific about it. I was addressing my audience is youngsters, not you. He got very angry. Talk. Who cares? Go. After everything was over, I was sitting with the principal for a cup of tea. I said, you please call your teacher. He went angry. I want to apologize. He came. I said, Prabhu, I salute you and extend my sincere apologies. Please forgive me. I did not answer your question because it was not the right time to ask your question. How do you know? What was my question? I said, you were asking a question. What happens after death? How do you know? I said, from your face. You are not living. What happens after death? Then I said, you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or are you? Of course I am Hindu. I said, we will burn you. No. No, not that way. I said, then there will be a holiday when you die for the school. But please, don't die on Sunday. Already will be gone. Die on a working day. No, actually what I mean, what happens to the soul after death? See? Then I asked him, what is the subject that you are teaching here? So I will talk in your language. I am teaching here physics. I said, you made my problem absolutely easy. I said, when a bulb becomes fuse, where the light goes, there your soul will go after you die. Is the light in the bulb an individuality or it is a phenomena? When a bulb becomes fuse, nothing happens to electricity, nor anything happens to the phenomena called as light. Is it like that? When one bulb becomes fuse, the light comes and goes in search of another fuse. Find out. See, friends, the day you will discover and digest this, you have learned all that is required to be learned on the spiritual path. See, electricity, whether it is giving light or it is electrocuting somebody, will it get sin or merit? No. This bulb, the light of the bulb, whether the bulb light is illuminating the tragedy of some marriage or the melody of some death ceremony. I think I use right words or wrong words. My English is very poor. You know, there was a friend of mine, he came from China. He got married to a Chinese girl, very sweet. Chinese wives are very good, I heard. So he came and I said, hey, how is my mama? What new she has cooked? He was down immediately and he started crying. Hey, what happened? I didn't want to tell you anything, but I can't hold. I said, what happened? She died. She died so early. We are married hardly for a year and she died. And it was difficult to console him. He was not stopping crying. Finally, I had to take out my weapon. I said, look here, man, after all, it was a Chinese stuff, can't last long. So when she died, the husband disappeared. Where did the husband go? Then he got married second time. First was H1, second is H2. Is there any relationship between H1 and H2? Get all these examples put together and come to discover. Man is one. With the conditioning of his father, he becomes a son. With the conditioning of his wife, he becomes a husband. With the conditioning of his son, he becomes a father. Has he become three? Are these three things real? And who is miserable in this world? The son is miserable because of father. The husband is miserable because of wife. And the father is miserable because of the son. The man is never miserable. But this man gives, like the thread, a continuity. And all those small relations are like the beads. And we make a rosary out of it. Autobiography of a Dumbo. See, friends. And once we recognize this principle, life is a manifestation. Like light is a manifestation. In only electricity, there is no light. Only in the bulb, there is no light. Light happens when electricity and bulb, they join together under n number of conditions. In the same manner, when consciousness expresses through the different conditionings, if the conditioning is bulb, light. If the conditioning is fan, magnetic field. If the conditioning is amplifier, amplification of the sound. See? If the conditioning is heater, heat. But that doesn't mean there are different types of electricities. Energy is always undifferentiated. Manifestations are different depending upon the fixture, what we have fixed to that. Exactly the same way. Absolute conscious existence expressing through the inert world. Expression is only existence. The same consciousness, conscious existence, expressing through the conditioning of plant kingdom. Expression is existence plus life. The same conscious existence expressing through the third gadget called as the animals. The expression is existence, life and knowledge. The same conscious blissful existence is the last fixture of human being. Existence, life, knowledge and bliss. That doesn't mean that the consciousness supporting the cow is a nutritious consciousness, and the consciousness supporting the cobra is a poisonous consciousness. When we are able to rise above the Vyakti, the individuality, and come to recognize life as a phenomena, this recognition will change our all perceptions of life. Like One mind expressing through the eyes is called as vision. The same mind comes out of the ears called as the hearing ability. The same mind comes out of the nose and called as the poking ability. We poke nose, no? Pokeability. Because of that, minds has not become many. Mind is only one. Exactly the same way. Go one step behind. One conscious existence expressing through the baby body all the childish expressions. The same consciousness continue to express because the baby body has metamorphosed into a teenage body. Then all the teenage characteristics, they belong to the body, not to the consciousness which is expressing through that body. The same teenage body becomes the middle-aged body. The body has undergone changes. The consciousness supporting this has never undergone any change. Therefore, the child I, the teenage I, the middle-aged I, they keep on changing. They are not the same. But the substratum supporting all of them is ever the same. Bhagavad Gita, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuyati. Like the body undergoes all changes. See, friends, and our life is not body. In the deep sleep, when we are no more identified with the body, who are we? Man, woman, young, old, educated, overeducated, healthy, unhealthy, Indian, non-Indian, who are we? This illusory I is born only after the body identification takes place. Mithyatma, as it is called as. And we are writing the story and autobiography of the images which are appearing on the screen. See, friends, the other day somebody wanted to take me for a ride. So they called me for a lecture. And as usual, on the time I reached. So there were about 5-7 of them. I said, shall we start? No, Swamiji, actually, the lecture is at 6 o'clock, but we told you 5 o'clock, so we can spend more time with you. So they think, I am very straightforward person. But they have not seen my crooked side. I said, hey, who is that Honda car, yaar? I have not seen from inside. I always, anybody you ask and praise his dog or car, he is happy. So, who is that? Sorry, let me see how it is like that. So, not from outside, inside. So, he took his key also. As I sit behind the steering, how it starts, I said, drive now outside. I said, let them wait up to 6 o'clock. We'll go for a ride and come back. Now, where to go? So I said, take me anywhere you like. So people think because I am a Babaji, I like temples. But they don't know. He who has seen the original will never like to see the Xerox copies. Anyway, they took me to one Shiva temple. Evening time, 5:30. Sun was setting and from the back side the sun rays were falling on me and in front Lord Shiva. And my shadow straight away landed on Lord Shiva. I did Namaskar, Chamatkar and started thinking, तुमसे तुम्हारी तस्वीर अच्छी है, like that, तुमसे तुम्हारी shadow अच्छी है. Directly she can touch the Lord Shiva and I am standing outside. I felt very bad. Oh shadow, you are so lucky, man. I am just standing away. And after that, then I went out, in the open courtyard. And there, when I was standing, I was the same, sun was the same, shadow was the same. Everything was the same. And on that shadow, one doggy came and he started his Mahamantra. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Oh God, I was feeling so bad. Don't do it on my shadow. Will you feel glorified when your shadow falls on Lord Shiva? Or will you feel disgusted and impure when somebody comes and does what he should do? No. Why? Because the shadow is not accepted by us as real. Do we write the autobiography of a shadow? Friends, this I, as a man, woman, husband, wife, rich, poor, these are all writing autobiographies of a shadow. See, friends, the more you are deeply involved in this line of contemplation, you come to know when eyes are able to see, the seeing ability of the eyes is known by the mind. When the eyes fail to see because they have become blind, not seeing ability of the eyes is seen by the same mind. Nothing happens to the mind whether the eyes are functional or not. In the same manner, when the candle burns, nothing is lost. It is ever the same. It is ever the same. See, friends, come to cognize this fact. We are not these small little fries as a baby, as a husband, as a wife, as a in-law, as a outlaw. These are all non-essential aspects of our life. But these are made real. And all that we talk about is only about our waking experiences. So either talk about the waking experience as real if you accept the dream experience is also equally real. Because both the experiences are gathered through mind. So one experience through the mind is taken as real. Other experience through the mind is taken as illusion. And we are intelligent. See, friends, the more you will reflect on this, then you will come to know there are three eyes. This eye refers to the iPad, iPod, iCal, small eye. See? The real eye is one common, like electricity is common throughout the world. Real eye is one. This real eye gets identified with the different gadgets through which it is expressing, and as a result, the mithyatma, the illusory I is born. So, when we are in deep sleep, we are all one. Our waking experiences are different. Our dreams are different. But our deep sleep experience is common, because in deep sleep there is no sense of otherness, there is no sense of limitation. We all have only one experience. Like all waves have got one ocean. Like the ocean is our deep sleep experience, where differences on account of conditionings are totally absent. Then, first thing that happens, identification with the body. The moment the body identification takes place, I versus you, samsara begins. And what is the logic behind I am the body notion? No logic. Neither the body is created by us, nor the body ever listens to us. There are people who want to become thin, therefore they observe strict diet schedule. Yet, when they look at the ice cream advertisement, they put on 5 kg. And there are some who are agarbatti brand. They want to become fat. They eat the whole buffalo. Yet they consume and digest everything and continue. Body neither is created by us, nor the body listens to us. Yet I am the gross body. If you are a Gujarati, I am a gross body. Suffer throughout life. This is the original sin. See, friends, when somebody else's property is taken away without his or her knowledge, it is called as a theft. When the same thing is done in broad daylight with a gun point, it is called as a dacoity, is it not? We are all dacoits. Somebody else's property claiming to be ours, nay, I. Unless this error is corrected, further spiritual practice is impossible. See, friends, our body is also constantly changing. Why we accept the dreamer separate from his dream? Because everything is different in every dream. Same thing is also true in the waking world. Our yesterday's body and today's body is not the same. According to the medical sciences, they say, I don't know anything, I only read somewhere, all our cells of our body are replaced completely within 7 years. So suppose I am 70 years of age. So how many bodies I have changed? 10 bodies. But what is my experience? I am in the same body. I don't know. When I was small, everybody used to come and lift me, hug me, kiss me, talk to me. But I am the same. But when they look at me, they take the old newspaper upside down and even don't want to talk to me. What has happened, I am the same. Arey Dumbo, you are not the same. What you think you are the same, that body you are. You are not that. The day we recognize this, the quality of our life will change. Now we are living as body. Live through the body. See? Once I went to somebody's house in some of the other countries outside India, and after I went to their house, I said, hey, have you migrated recently to this country from India? Swamiji, how do you know? You are coming for the first time in our house. We never met. But when we heard that your lectures are there, so I requested, let Swamiji come for dinner to our house. And after coming, within no time, how did you ask such a question? Have you come recently? Migrated to this country? How do you know? I said, because the remote controls are having plastic coverage. Because in the car the plastic cover on the seat is still there. And the coupons from the magazines, they are all kept together. These are all the symptoms of new arrival. Exactly the same way. See? How many times we have changed our body, but do we feel that we have really changed our body? On the contrary, we ask this question. Old people. How many? I don't know. Why do I get this knee pain? And when they start there, and like Ramayana, Nyayan, when they start their painful story, you start getting the pain when it's come to you. See? If we have not changed, where from the pain has come? See? Earlier you knew that there was no pain. Now you know there is a pain. So you are someone definitely other than who is eliminating both the presence and absence of pain. come to cognize that as your real identity, and thereafter function through the body, never live as the body. See, we function through the car. We don't function as the car. Once in Goa, we had a similar session, and some question. I said, hey man, keep your question. Now we are going for swimming. Goa, when I go, there is a group of small kids. They are extremely happy. Swamiji has come now. Wherever they go with me, they have their swimming suit in the car. Any type we will go inside. So we went for swimming, nice boat and all that. And then after some time we came back. And when we came out of the boat, and yet I was doing like this. So the kids say, somebody, why are you doing like this thing? I said, it's a boat moving, So let the boat move. Then why shouldn't I move? I was moving in the boat when I was there. Now the boat has gone, but I am still there, so I am moving. No, you are not in the boat now. Oh, I am not in the boat. So I should not move if the boat moves. Yes. I said, you are really, really intelligent. I forgot that. And our game playing was over. And there was one serious spiritualist. Those who are serious, they are never spiritualists. They are frustrated. So he asked me, Swamiji, what you are talking to the children, I didn't understand that. I said, it was not meant for you, it was meant only for children. You will never understand it. No, but I want to know what it is. I said, Maharaj, if the boat is moving, if I am in the boat, yes, I will be conditioned by the movement of the boat. If I am outside the boat, will I be conditioned by the movement of the boat? In the same manner, as long as you live as the body, you will take this gross world as very real. Then possessiveness, achievements, failures, friends, enemies, relations, everything appears to be real. When you get out of the boat, stop that, man. I like it. Continue. So start living through the body. Never live as the body. And see the quality of life thereafter. Two things will happen. Shitoshna sukhadukkeshu jitatmanaha. When joy, sorrows, achievement, failures, etc. happen in life, the equanimity of the mind remains untouched. Like, in place of the mind, keep the light in the bulb. Whether there is a discourse, the light is illuminating. Whether there is a disco, the light will illuminate. Whether there is nobody, doesn't make any difference to the light. In the same manner, mind. Whether it's a joyful experience, element. Miserable experience, element. Nothing happens to the mind. Then, Shitoshna Sukhadukkeshu Jitatmanaha. And it is something like this, Suppose I hold some object in my hand. This happens on the airports. So you have to fill in those funny kind of forms. Are you a member of a terrorist organization? Yes, no. Who is going to write yes? But they have that. Were you convicted criminally? Yes, no. So when you have got something in your hand and then you take the pen to write, will not your hold on this object influence your writing? Exactly. Till such time our mind is identified with the body, the mind will think in relation to the body. And it cannot be the original self. It will be the conditioned expression. Therefore, till such time, we understand that the real spiritual practice is getting freedom from body identification, thereafter play through the body, but never as the body. The quality of your life will change. See, friends. And when the quality of our life changes, what is that quality? We start living in the utter present. Because yesterday's waker and today's waker, they have no relationship. Like yesterday's dream and today's dream, those two dreamers have no relationship. See. Then every day is a fresh day. Be very attentive. Do we have a choice to live yesterday or live tomorrow? We have no choice. We all have to live only today. So why not be normal and natural that you live only today? Standing on the legs is natural. No, I want to do Shirshasana and walk. You are making your own life miserable. Don't be abnormal. See, friends. Now see, if we are playing with the kids, and the mothers do that, they are fed up with the children, so they take some magazine, James Hadley says, Mummy, yes, you talk on talking, I'm listening to you. Somebody dying here. Do you think the baby listens that way? She will come with her small little frog-sized hands and put her beautiful hands around this mummy's cheeks. Mummy, look no at me, so listen. She wants 100% attention, is it not? Our condition is, in the present, we are hardly present. एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. I remember one child very seriously sitting in the satsang. This child, I don't know how he is. I asked his mother, did you teach him? No, Swamiji, he talks like that. When he comes, he will stand. परम पूजनीय स्वामी जी, आपके चरण कमलों पर मेरा साष्टांग दंडवत. मैं आपसे प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि मेरे माताश्री, पिताश्री, दादाश्री, दादीश्री, चाचाश्री, चाचीश्री सबका स्वास्थ्य सुंदर और ठीक रहे, हम सबका मन प्रसन्न रहे, यही आपसे प्रार्थना है. Did you teach him? No, he talks to me also like that. He says, really, he comes, माँ, मुझे अत्यंत भूख लगी है. जल्दी से जल्दी खाना देना. और जाकर टेबल पे बैठ जाता है. चिल्लाएगा नहीं, कुछ नहीं करेगा. थोड़ी देर लगा, माँ, भूख बहुत ही ज्यादा लगी है. ये पिछले जन्म का योगी होगा. So when we were having satsang, he got up and he is very systematic. परम पूज्य स्वामी जी, मैं सबको एक जोक सुनाना चाहता हूँ. ये लड़का जोक सुनाएगा, क्या करेगा? What will he do? What joke he will tell? So he stood up. एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए, एक दहीसर में गिरा, एक बोरीवली में गिरा, एक कांदीवली में गिरा. His mother said, what is this nonsense you are telling? अभी 1000 पूरे कहाँ हुए? That 1000 number is not complete. I had to count all of them. Our mind is like that. It is never available in the present. It either goes in the back lanes of the past memories, or it is trying to solve the non-existing problems. called as worries. Today when we are coming through immigration, so Swamiji asked me, Swamiji, your that further ticket is there? I said, it's in the bag. No, I also got it. They may ask, this is... So we keep on imagining, solving the problem which are not there. And both of us is there. She even didn't look at us. Disappointed. We have prepared, but no question. This is how we never stay in the present. See, friends, if you start living in the present, you can never be miserable. Misery is an abnormal existence wherein we cannot stay in the past, we cannot stay in the future, but we are all the time struggling to stay in the past. जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन भाड़ में. All the time. Just grasp this principle. All your questions are not solved, dissolved. See, if living in the present is the only truth, all that has gone was a dream. All that is going to come is equally a dream. The truth is only now and here. So all the process of thinking in our scriptures, whether you talk about karma, yoga, bhakti or jnanam, karma, yoga, devotion or knowledge, all of them ultimately aim at only this. Live in the utter present. When we live in the utter present, we are not divided in parts. Our condition is, a part of us is divided in the past, part is worrying about the future, and we are hardly available in the present. See? Therefore, old people, they have got only past, no future. Youngsters, they have got all the future, no past. And when these two ends come together, there is something called a generation gap. See? And both of them are not living in the present. On the contrary, if the oldies drop their past and if the youngsters divorce from the future, live in the present fully, 100%, both will merge together in a joyful experience. But the oldies, the symptoms of an old person? He who has got all the answers to all the questions, but nobody asks him a single question. People don't take advantage of my experience. How can somebody take advantage of your experience? No, I have taken good food, don't worry, food is good. Let me also take. Experience cannot be communicated. You have to have your own experience. But old people can never understand this because they are never living in the present. And then what happens? जब हम बच्चे थे तब की बात है, who cares? See? Just this is the only spiritual practice. Live in the utter present. And when you live in the utter present, you have to be happy. You cannot be miserable. Whenever there is a good joke and we understand also, that time where are we? What are we? We are only happiness. See? Come to discover this principle. It is for this that we have to live in utter present. And when we live in utter present, Jitatmanaha, our mind is 100% equanimous. When the mind is equanimous, understanding is instantaneous. Those whose mind is not equanimous, they ask us question after the lecture is over. स्वामी जी वो जो जोक बताया था ना एक बार फिर से बताना अच्छा लगा ये तो लगा. Jokes are never repeated. They cannot be explained. Can you please explain me that joke? Jokes cannot be explained. And like in one place, I was talking to them about how a finite can never grasp the infinite. That was the topic. So in that I told a story. There was a fish from a sea, and he came in the well where there was a frog. So the frog was asking, "Where from you have come?" The fish said, "I came from the sea." What is sea? It's accumulation of water. How much water? This much water, this much water, this much water. And the fish doesn't have head, only tail. So he was saying no, no, no. And thereafter, the frog got angry and he jumped from one, diagonally, from one point on the wall to the other point of the wall. This much water? Fish said no. Then how much come to our sea? They went to sea. And then, now the fish asked, how much is the water? How much is the water? Now the frog is keeping quiet. Because the fish cannot tell how much big the ocean is, and the frog can never understand how much big the ocean is unless both of them fall in the ocean. After everything was over, one elderly person came. Swamiji, I got a question. Somebody said, how did the fish go to the... You could laugh. I was crying. Now to such people, another example. Like all the ornaments are made out of gold. If you remove the gold for the ornaments, can they remain? No. This example, instead of that, I give the example of the mud, clay. If you remove the clay from the pot, what will remain? That man said, clean pot. I can't go over. It is said, idiots are more genius. At this moment, you are man or woman, you are rich or poor, you are educated or uneducated, you are old or young. At this moment, the experience of your being is divine experience. Spirituality is not becoming special. Spirituality is losing all the specialities. Are we carrying less load of specialities? I am man, I am woman, I am Indian, I am not Indian, I am rich, I am poor, I am educated, I am overeducated, I am beautiful, I am awful. One more thing, I am spiritual. One more load. It is unloading all that we are carrying in our head. Then we are like the waters, comfortable in every pot. Let it be a petri dish, let it be a test tube, let it be a capillary tube. Everywhere comfortable. Unlike the iceberg or ice cubes, put anywhere abnormal. They can never be comfortable. Let us merge this individuality in the absolute. And for that, what we have to do, start living only in today and don't create a garland of your past. These are the things which we will not get in books. We have to learn from the experiences of our life. One day I was traveling by train in India many years before. Those days, these AC trains have recently started. Must be 30 years before. And I was in that compartment, 2-tier AC. one huge structure came and landed in front of me. Swamiji, Babaji, kaise? I am very happy you are here. Now my time will be nicely passed. So I was a time pass, Ananda. Then he said, Swamiji, where from you have come, where you are going? I said, now I have to keep his mouth shut. Otherwise he'll eat my head. Then, like Chhatrapati Shivaji takes out the talwar, no, dang. I took out the mala. I said, look here, I am doing japa, so I will not talk. You don't mind. You tell me something about yourself. If you want to please an old person, ask him about himself and never listen, never mind. He will be chalu ho gaya. He'll start. He started. 1857 में हमारे दादाजी काबुल में चने बेचते थे. And then this happened, then we came to Peshawar, there वहाँ पेशा फेल हो गया, then we came to Karachi, and after that India was partitioned, so from Karachi we came to Ranchi, and then Ranchi also we were not admitted. You know, Ranchi is the biggest asylum, mental asylum. From there, then we came to USA. USA is Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association in Bombay. And then there I was married and did this thing, that thing, and then my children told, Papa, your health is not good in Bombay because of the humidity, why don't you go to Delhi? And blah blah, continue. In between, just to keep him alive. And then it so happened that I came in this train, and by God's grace you were in front of me. Then what happened? Then you ask me about myself. Then the moment you come in the present, you have nothing to talk. Then you ask me. Then what? Story ends in the present. Those who can stop talking to themselves, they live in the present. For us, mauna is not talking to others by mouth, but by paper. चाय ले आ, चीनी और डालना, दूध जल गया है क्या? There is no way to tell Baba, why don't you directly talk? See, the real mauna, Bhagavad Gita tells, Mana prasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha. Mauna is a discipline of the mind, wherein you don't talk to yourself. Only do this much spiritual practice. मैं ऐसे शुरू हो गया. See friends, mind does not want its own death. Therefore, it keeps on feeding. Like we require food for our survival, mind also requires food for its survival. Like we have got carbohydrates, proteins and fats. The carbohydrates for the mind is the past memories. The protein is the future worries. And the fat is the present comparison. Stop that. You are one with the divine. See, friends. Why we are not able to do this thing? Because we take all the past memories of each waker like a bead. And through that, the conscious principle with his unbroken presence is put together and a garland is made. I was born in Jumritalaya. Once I went to some hospital and some lady was to deliver the baby, and her husband and the nurse had some exchange of words. So she told, if you step one step further, I'll call police. Get away. But I don't care what is. You do complain. I'll not allow you. So my friend phoned me, Swamini, this is the problem, I don't know what is wrong. I said, okay. I went, and that nurse, I could talk her language. So I talk in her language. She said, I'll allow you, but not that man. I said, look here, that is his baby, nothing to do with me. Allow him? He said, no. Then I will not allow you also. So my friend said, Swamiji, go and see at least how is my wife and my child. So I went inside and all that. And that was the first and the last time in my life when I saw the newly born baby like a squirrel. Horrible it was. Black and cold. So then time of birth. So she said something. I said, Mama, I am not arguing with you for my general knowledge because I am a Swami. I just want something to talk. There I am talking to you. Please tell me sincerely, I will not talk to anybody about this. Only that. You told me she was born at midnight, 12:31. Tell me sincerely, was it 12:31 or 12:30? He said, look here, you look to be okay man, I'll tell you. There are so many fellows delivering. Do you think we are sitting there with a counter? So we randomly say, and कितना बजे 9:15 ठीक है 15 मिनट नहीं 17 करो ठीक है. If a round figure is given for the date time of birth, everybody will tell we are bluffing. So you will see nobody is born at the round figure. 11 o'clock. Only Rama and Krishna were born midnight. All others are born at 12:32. And the funny part is, the children never arrive during daytime. At 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we were ठीक हो गया ना ठीक है sorry. See friends, neither we have seen our birth, nor we have seen that we are ever growing, nor we have ever experienced that we have died, and yet we are all living in this illusion of individuality. Friends, life is a continuous flow. Nothing is true other than the self. Hold on to this, hold on to this. See, like good and bad dreams make no sense to us when we are attentive, when we are awake. During the dream, every dream is dreamed as a real one. See? In the same manner, during this waking dream, everything appears to be solid reality. One of my doctor friend in Bombay, he was driving, he is an ophthalmologist. He said, Swamini, you said this whole world is only images and imagination. I am driving you in the car. Is it imagination? I said, first of all, take the car on the shoulder. Talk to him. Then I asked him, your profession is, you are an ophthalmologist, yes. Tell me, how do we see the objects? The light which is reflected on the object, that light makes an image through our iris on our retina, which is caught by the mind, which is bathing in the light of consciousness. Then only we have the knowledge of the image of the reflected light. We never see the original object in our life, is it not? So what we are seeing is only images. Where is the reality? See, friends, all our experiences are only in images. If the image cannot be formed on the retina, colors and forms are erased from our experience. If image cannot be formed on our drum, then all the sounds vanish from our life. Our total experience is only the experience of images. See, friends, when I had to put on a bindi, do I go before the mirror, look there, take that plastic one and put it there? We put it here. Because that is just a reflection, not the real one. Focus attention on this reality. then play the game of life. Then there is neither sin nor merit. There is neither coming nor going. Then what all these things? Time pass. Our whole life is nothing but time pass. When we are not in this world, nothing was lacking. When we will leave this world, there will be no lacuna. Therefore, when we are in this world, most unwanted furniture. But we think, Konyosti sadrushu maya, because of me, the planets are moving. Because of me, the seas are upsurging. Drop all that and lead a life cheerfully and happily. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri